Alright, folks, we're back. I have successfully pulled myself together.
And we're so happy.
I think so. I'm glad to be back. I was wrong. There's not even a dirt pile. I don't even know what I was lunging for.
So the thing you did last time, just try not to do it.
You don't say, Mike. I was at a loss for what to do this game, but you have shown me the light.
Is it yeet yourself off the edge and die?
I don't know what you mean. I would never do that more than once.
What kind of facility is this, anyways, that they have 5 cannons?
That's a very good question. Not one I have the answer to, but it's a good question. All right, that's where it is, and I did it again.
Yeah.
Oh, risky business there, boys. Risky business. Oh, hey, have you ever wanted Kirby to lay some pipe?
No, does it anyways?
Too late.
Okay, this is acceptable because it's actually funny. And he just goes what?
He does. Kirby goes splat more often than you'd think in this game, and I appreciate it. I really do. I missed a Waddle Dee. Yeah, I must say, I love the fact that Kirby can save himself, but there is a limit.
Yeah.
I heard that was
not completely free from.
Yeah. I heard some people wondering about this game, like, because Kirby's thing is he's always been able to essentially float forever. So it's like, how would that work in a 3D space? And in my opinion, they pulled it off well. Like,
yeah, I mean,
yeah, I'd say so.
Like, unlike the likes of Mario and Sonic and Zelda, there's no like awkward transitionary period. It's just kind of, yeah, this is exactly how I'd expect this to control.
and you know what? Considering they were doing like for the DS, just kind of side scrollers playing with a little bit of 3D, I think this was a good direction to go.
Oh yeah, especially with the lukewarm reception that Star Allies got.
Which, I don't know why, you can play with all your friends.
No, seriously. I actually kind of wanted Star Allies at first, but I don't know. I have not heard the best things about it.
It's alright. I mean, for this rate, I'd probably get it at a reduced price. But,
that's the thing. It's like it's a fine game, but it doesn't feel like a $60 game. Or so I've heard, you know? Or at least at launch it didn't feel like a $60 game.
Which game?
Kirby Star Allies.
Oh, yeah. At launch, I'd say it was a $40 game. I'd say now it seems more like it would be $60.
Yeah.
There was so much free DLC.
There was. Which I am not a big fan of the whole release the game then finish it later model that some of Nintendo's games have followed suit with.
Yeah.
The only ones I can kind of get it with is like the Mario, like Splatoon. That makes sense, and then the Mario sports titles. Although I am not a big fan of holding back characters behind that kind of DLC. You know what I mean? Because like back on the GameCube and the Wii, you just had to unlock those characters. You had to like do stuff to unlock them, and it was cool. Nowadays, you just download an update, and bada bing, you got them.
Oh, it's cool if it's free.
Yeah, it's just, you know,
Like
you could have put
didn't earn
all that
it, like,
content in the game at the start, but you chose to not to.
You know,
You chose to not to.
Oh, it's cool if it's free. Like you didn't earn it, like,
You could have put all that content in the game at the start, but you chose to not to.
Do you notice? Yeah, actually, yeah. This doesn't apply. I don't think this applies to this because if it's like just DLC, it's fine. But you know, like there are games that are like they've been taken out nowadays that are just unfinished and bad to the point where we have to celebrate a game that's like actually finished. Which is why I think Elden Ring was, pretty good, all things considered, as opposed to what was it, Battlefield 2042 or
Yeah.
something. It's like, oh my god, this game's actually finished and playable, as opposed to it's a dumpster fire and we'll have live service.
It's like, yeah, that's how a game should be.
Congratulations.
I will definitely. Some people that talk about this sound like old fogies, but like, there was a certain value from say that like the NES all the way up until like the Wii, where when you bought a game, you knew like, okay, like this game as is, this is the game I've bought. Like, this is my game. Nothing's gonna change about it, which could be a good or bad thing.
Well, what do you mean, like your game?
Like, you own this. Like, it's like later down the line, if my Switch breaks and I need to re-download some stuff for, like, say, Metroid Dread, is it gonna actually be able to run without those updates, or is it just gonna be worthless?
Okay.
Or some games are just buggy, glitchy messes without their day one update, and then, like, so say some kid goes down the line and buys, like, a PS3 or a PS4 way later, and it's like, I want to play, let's just say, like, God of War 3. I don't know the actual status of this game, but let's just say that had, like, a game-breaking glitch day one. No, actually, a game that I do know about, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Those games had, like, all the issues at launch.
Well, one thing I'm glad about is now we have the internet, so we can look ahead for reviews and see if games are bad instead of just hoping on a prayer, because God forbid you have a flawed game. Next thing you know, you're the one that has to deal with it. Like,
especially if you're a kid with like very little disposable income. Like you get like $5 allowance each week, and then you save your 60 divided by 5, that's 12. You save for
quarter of a year.
Quarter of a year, yeah. Thank you, Chris. But yeah, so you save for that long, and then you buy a game just for it to suck.
Yeah. That's oofy. Yeah, because I was thinking about it with the kids I teach. I was like, did you guys hear about the new Pokemon game coming out? And they were like, there's a new Pokemon game coming out? It was like a few days before Legends Arceus, and I was like, wait, how? What? Y'all don't know? You're the target demographic for Pokemon.
Yeah, right? Like, you'd think they'd be all over the advertising for that, you know?
But, no.
Well, interestingly enough, isn't it like kids who are just like, oh my god, this Pokemon sounding game looks cool, but really it's up to us, like the nostalgia link people. Well, I mean, we're the ones that's kind of like
the target demographic for basically all games is actually like 15 to 20, 24-year-olds.
A little, yeah.
But yeah, because without that, I'm sure they'd be making basic baby games.
Well, that's what Pokemon has been doing, Mike.
If it wasn't for our complaining, they wouldn't know what to do.
They still don't know what to do, Mike.
Yeah, it's a very valid point.
Well, they did say in an interview that they prefer to not take feedback from people, to just rely on what they think is best, essentially.
Here's the thing. Nintendo can make some really good decisions by putting up their blinders and just kind of doing their own thing. It can also lead to some really short-sighted decisions.
AKA the past 7 years of Pokemon.
Yeah. That's not Nintendo. That's Game Freak and the Pokemon Company.
Game Freak.
That's
Game
not.
Freak does the same thing as Nintendo.
Yes, but you see, Game Freak does it more. Nintendo, you occasionally get like the really cool, innovative stuff with this.
Game Freak's like, we were founded in 1990 and our ideals haven't changed since then.
No, they have, because See, back in 1990, they actually gave in 2005. When did Emerald come out? That's when we got the Battle Frontier, and yeah, we still don't have a new. I don't think we're ever getting a Battle Frontier ever again.
Was that like a community suggestion?
No, but everyone wants them to bring it back, and they refuse. And they've said it's because kids have short attention spans, so they figure no one's really going to care about it. Which, I mean, they're dead wrong, clearly. People have been clamoring for this for a while now.
Because it wasn't even in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, right?
Yeah, nor was it in, although they teased us with it in ORAS. They teased us with it with the statue of the Battle Frontier, and they're like, Battle Frontier coming soon, which gave some people hope that there'd be like DLC for the game that adds in.
And they abandoned it.
And that's their thing. They like almost always abandon their most recent game.
Yeah.
Aside from like minor updates, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think they're stretched too thin, so they're like not even adding love to like instead of like let's focus on all these little projects and apps instead of just helping the one game from the main series.
Yeah, that was actually a thing I heard someone talking about where like back in the day you used to get like all these really cool Pokemon spin-offs like Ranger, Mystery Dungeon, Snap, Stadium, etc. And nowadays it's like mostly just the mobile games. That's their spin-offs. Although, to be fair, the one that I want to see back, Pokemon Ranger, I have no clue how they do that on the Switch.
They would.
Which is a little bit of a bummer, because I love Pokemon Ranger. Although I need to replay through Guardian Signs, because when I did that, I burned through all three not Mystery Dungeon. I burned through and there I go. I burned through all three Ranger games in like a one go, and it was a bad idea. Like I was so burnt out on Ranger by the time I got to Guardian Signs, I was just like, fuck this game.
You know what? Speaking of being burnt out, I'm pretty burnt out on the amount of time we've been in this episode. So how about we move into the next one?
Nice transition.
We still have 2 minutes left.
Do we really?
We do, actually, yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not burnt out. I got a little fire left in me, you know what I'm saying? Drinking that whiskey.
That's like, Chris is like, I'm feeling a little burnt out. Eric's like, well, that's too bad.
Sucks to be you!
Suck it up, kid. No, I'm surprised. I thought I was keeping a good enough eye on the time.
You usually are.
Is this the episode where we started where you were laughing hysterically?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you know what? That's probably where we lost a couple minutes.
Did we throw off your groove?
I think we may have thrown off my groove a smidge.
Okay.
But that's okay. Once I know where this episode ends up, we could.
Unless I start laughing hysterically again, then we're fucked.
Well, at least I'll be aware of it this time.
See, we're aware of the problem, and we can indeed solve it. That is a fact. That's a fact from me. So here at Nightmare Dragon Gaming, we pride ourselves on our ability to take feedback.
You have 1,000 trash cans. 1,000 soda cans.
Granted, see, here's the thing. We take feedback really well. The only problem is we need feedback in order to take feedback.
Yeah. It's a good point.
And we're also very good at taking feedback that does not involve us paying any money to fix the issue.
Yes. We like free. Free is good.
Yeah, if it's a free software that can fix the problem, perfect. If I need to pay $1 for it, fuck, we're done. It's the end times. See, I think we're just gonna finish this level, and then we're gonna kill it.
Skedaddle.
We're gonna skeet.
Skeet.
Yeah, I found out what skeet means, and yeah, I'm glad no one else at the zoo knows what it means.
No, I don't even know what it means.
Mike, I'm gonna give you 3 guesses. If it's something I don't want the zoo to know about, and it sounds like skeet skeet. What do you think? What do you think?
Skeet skeet.
Skeet skeet. And we're gonna have to skeet skeet next time.
That's exactly how I wanted to transition.